I've got a special classic game room review for you today, and I know the first thing you're wondering. Why is your Vectrex controller plugged into the front of your Vectrex? It's handy and it keeps it out of the way. Today, I'm reviewing the Beatles Rock Band. This mic wasn't even on, I'm just holding it, because you can use it while playing Beatles Rock Band. I have a microphone right here. Now, due to the unique nature of the Beatles music, I decided not to do a traditional classic game room style review showing audio and video with a bunch of smart-ass comments about monsters, mutants, aliens, zombies, flamethrowers, and the undead. There's none of that in Beatles Rock Band. You get the Beatles, music, and Rock Band gameplay. In fact, I think that this is the best rock band out there, technically. It's amazing. If you like the Beatles and you like music video games like Rock Band or Guitar Hero, you'll love this. It's incredible. Here's a look at the packaging. Now, did you notice that? That was a fancy editing trick, because what I did is I actually took a break, had a sip of water, and showed you the packaging on a different shot in editing. It's amazing how that works. Watch, I'll do it again. Now, it's unfortunate that Beatles Rock Band is not on Vectrex or Sega 32X. This is the PlayStation 3 version. You can also get this for Xbox 360 and the Wii. It's also unfortunate that even if you have a massive Rock Band music collection, you can't use it when playing as the Beatles. You can only play the Beatles as the Beatles. Here's a close-up look at the microphone. You can sing Beatles songs in Beatles Rock Band. You can also play along with the guitar and the bass and the drums. I like the Rock Band instruments a lot. I'm reviewing all of these separately. And while personally I prefer Rock Band 2, because if you watch my Rock Band 2 review, you know I like heavier music, I like 80s synth pop. I'm not a huge Beatles fan, although I don't dislike the Beatles. I had a wonderful time playing the game. And my wife likes the Beatles, I have friends that love the Beatles, and we all got together and played the entire game, won the game. It's outstanding. It's just, they took a step forward from Rock Band 2 and from Lego Rock Band even, and they put amazing menus in the game and a very nice flow and structure to the game that's much simpler than what you'll find in the normal Rock Band games. I'm not really a huge fan of the career mode in Rock Band, although I like the downloadable music store a lot. You can even download some additional Beatles songs, although you'll get a number of Beatles songs on the game. Let's do another fancy cutaway. So while I've decided not to show you the visuals from the game, trust me, they're amazing. They're the best Rock Band visuals you'll find in any Rock Band game as of this recording. Even if it's not on the Vectrex, it should be. Vector-based graphics make everything look better, possibly even the Beatles. You know, when I was a kid, I thought they were actually named after the insects, the Beatles, which I thought was a cooler name. How about another cutaway? Now, you can buy an entire Beatles Rock Band kit with all the instruments and stuff, but what I recommend doing is, if you're interested in Rock Band, which is a really cool game series with thousands of downloadable songs, you buy the Rock Band 2 kit, which has really dropped in price. I'm recording this right at the end of 2009. They're very affordable. Take the money you saved from not buying it when it was new, and then buy Beatles Rock Band. Two of these together are awesome. And of course, this uses your standard Rock Band instruments. In fact, you can even use the Guitar Hero guitar if you have them all on the same game console. So, Beatles Rock Band is a must-play for fans of the Beatles, no question. And for fans of Rock Band, you gotta check it out. The dog has no respect for my recording. While you can't hear it here in the review, the audio quality is outstanding, and you play through the game as the Beatles in their career. So you start out in 1963 when they're young, and then you go through their whole career, and then near the end, they all got beards and long hair. And I personally like the earlier Beatles stuff a lot more than their later stuff. There's a number of different venues, and at one point you're playing in their studio, and then it starts getting into all the whole trippy Sgt. Pepper stuff. Put it this way, if you don't like the Beatles, you might want to pass on this game. But if you do like the Beatles, you might want to play this game. The Beatles Rock Band, it's outstanding. You can also be the walrus. Do they have the copyright on walruses? I think walruses have to pay the Beatles just for existing. And now for my encore, I'll be playing Ode to Vectrex on Rock Band that's not hooked up to speakers.